Hey friends, I have been testing out this Tower 28 Get Set Press Powder for a few weeks now, and I have an honest review to share with you. So if you want to learn more about this and get some in-depth information so you know what to buy and what not to buy, stick around. Here we go. 28 bucks, 4 shades available. I have translucent, there's pink, there's yellow for brightening, and then there's like a slight tint as well. This powder has gone viral on TikTok, which I think we can all collectively say doesn't mean the products are always good. However, they catch our attention and some of them are really good. So I wanted to see like, what is this hype about? I'm going to take my base coverage off for this video and apply it with a few creamy, dewy options so you can see how this plays well with others, as well as just some different application methods, because how you apply, honestly, I wouldn't have believed this if you said it to me 8 years ago. It can make a huge difference. Here we go. I need to fill my hair back for this. This is a vegan, cruelty-free formula. Tower 28 is all about creating things that are for people who have sensitive skin. It's talc-free. One random thing that I've come to appreciate about this brand is the fact that they have kept their prices steady Eddie since the pandemic. They really do a good job with their pricing. However, they're managing their supply chain. Listen, I don't know. I'm not the expert on it, but I just want to stop and say thank you, Tower 28, for not jacking up your prices. I'm sure you're eating a lot of that, and I appreciate it as somebody who is buying your products. By the way, I did buy this product. No one's paying me to say the following. You're going to get my honest opinion, like I already said. If you like that kind of a thing and you want to see more of it, take 2 seconds, hit that like button. Small thing on your end, he makes a huge difference over here. The brand says that this is meant to be a gentler alternative to a setting spray, which is nice because I don't really use setting sprays often, like ever, but it makes a lot of sense. I gravitate towards loose setting powders. It's just something that I've really liked. I like them for minimizing shine. I have combination skin. I also like them because they can be very effective at blurring, not only pores, but fine lines. And there's techniques that I've learned that I'm going to share with you on how I get that. Whether or not I got that from this powder, we'll see. In terms of ingredients, there are a lot of other interesting things inside of this that I did not expect, such as silicones. It is a mica first formula. I don't see any information on their website about sourcing practices for that. If it's fair trade certified, I need to reach out to the brand and find out. I wish that information was on their product page. There is something called, I have to look down here for it, aluminum starch octinyl succinate. I don't know if I said that right. I know that's going to cause ears to perk up. Percentage of ingredients matters. Brands usually don't publish percentage unless they're cocoa kind, which is a phenomenal brand. I did find information if you want to explore that further. It's not just aluminum. It is deemed safe at certain percentages in product. So take a look. I have the EU information on there because we all know they're a little bit further than the American. So yeah, polymers and silicones in a setting powder. That's going to give a buttery texture, which this absolutely has. If you're like me, you see the dimethicone, any cone, any polymer, and you worry a little bit about breakouts. With liquid formulas, I usually break out after a few uses due to dimethicone. For some, it's not going to be an issue at all. It's just going to make it feel silkier. At the very end, I'm going to use the Eau de Cité mineral drops. This is very dewy, but I love it. At the very end, you're going to see lake colorants. They get a lot of press for toxicity and things like that. Dig further, I'm not a fear-mongering channel. I also don't like to say toxic, non-toxic. Natural isn't always better. Like if you know me, you already know how I feel about that. It's funny to talk and massage my face at the same time. You have to go with your threshold and what works for you. Like I mentioned, percentage matters. It's not just about the percentage in one product. It's the bioaccumulation. So the cumulative amount of toxins that we're exposed to. In terms of packaging, the brand does consider environmental impact. They're looking at it. They use PCR plastic. There's no mirror in this compact, which is good because having a mirror makes things easier or harder to recycle. Shipping packaging uses recycle. They're using a lot of recycled things. They're using post-consumer recycled plastic. Products are made very clearly stating in the US, Canada, or the Czech Republic. Italy as well. Overall, I feel like they're on the ball there, but PCR, there's no perfect answer here. I'm using the BK Beauty 104 brush. If you remember anything, remember this brush because this is the brush that works so well for me. But I'm always happy that people are actually putting recycling into action. But for somebody like me, my journey is to get rid of plastic in my everyday products. This is a percentage of PCR, which means there's still net new plastic. Just for where I'm at, it's not like my favorite thing to see, although I really like that they're talking about what they're doing. I would love for them to put that on their product page. Just saying. Does it apply easily? It's got a 5 out of 5 on the scorecard. I tried it with multiple brushes, larger brushes, smaller brushes, and for some reason, the tapered powder brush was so good. It picks up a good amount of product onto the brush, as you can see. Well, hopefully you can see. You don't have to push too hard, and to the touch, this is very smooth. It is very silky and buttery. The cones and the polymers tend to usually help that. There's emollients in here that are going to help that. I want you to look at the shine. And how fast, I don't even need to look. I don't even need to focus in the viewfinder. This is translucent, of course, as you know. So I'm not looking for coverage. Look at that. We have super duper shine, wet, and then we have muted. And that was a very light layer. So a little bit goes a long way. Claim is that this is featherweight light. I'm going to put a second layer on it. The other thing is it's so great for products. I should pull out the Miracle Balm, to be honest with you. That is such a heavy, balmy product. So great if you don't want tackiness, if you want that to go down. One of the claims as well is making any base complexion product transfer free. You can kind of see when I smile. So this, in terms of muting shine and setting the face and setting the skin, is so easy. It's so quick. It's very impressive. I did not expect it to be this impressive, and I don't know why I didn't expect it to be this impressive, but it's good. That's one comparison. Let's try an even shinier product. Ooh, and we can put the Jones Road on it too. This is for all the humans who have kindly asked me what's on my mouth and I never know. Just always forget to write it down. It's gonna be a lipstick. This is from Soch, called Flirt. And then I'm going to use the RMS Legend. What are these called? I really don't even know. This is the RMS and Josephine. I want you to notice something really quickly. Can you see the discoloration right here? That is exactly what I start to see when I use dimethicone products. I don't have acne, but I get little red bumps, and they're usually right here. So unfortunately, I'm testing it for you, but this is going to make this a tough one for me to continue using, which is a bummer because it is kind of great. We're going to talk about blurring. Does it blur? It did get a 3 out of 5 for blurring because I have other products that blur better. First, I'm going to show you something that I have recently learned. Normally, I put a little moisturizer on in the morning. I'm going to put this on first. On top of that, I will apply a foundation. I'm using the BK Beauty. I swear they're not paying me to say this. Their stuff is pretty good. I've really liked the brushes. So this is the Air Perez Oat Milk Foundation that I'm just going to dab on top. It's creamy. It's Doreme. She's a lovely little foundation. Sometimes the powder underneath acts like a primer. I'm not seeing that so much with this. Still pretty glowy. It could help with the wear test. I just wanted to show you the under powdering of it all. It's an option. Pores aren't big or major. I don't have big pores, honestly, so I can see them though, specifically with creamier products, dewier, glowier products, base products. So I do like a little bit of blurring on top of it. Let's watch this bring that. Look at that. That is a good combination. See, what it gives by covering without using a lot is, they call it breathable. I don't know if my skin's breathing, you guys. I really don't. I mean, that's not a good sign, but it's very lightweight. It flexes with your skin. It's not like a pancake, and it doesn't look cakey, and it doesn't mute the shine entirely, which could be a deal breaker for somebody that really wants strong muting of shine. Oilier skin types, you may want to build it up a little bit, which is totally a possibility, and it looks great, but you're still gonna get the glow from underneath, which I really like. I think this would be great to try. Honestly, I want to try all the shades now, except for the dimethicone. I don't know if the underpowdering really helped. Let me know if you've tried that before and had good success with it. So I'm going to put something shinier on this side. We're going to put this product on top. I'm going to show you the combination that really blurs for me a little bit better than this. But this gets rid of the tackiness, I will say. I kind of like that. This is the RMS Radiance Serum. I wasn't a huge fan of this. It won't come out. So this is going to be a fun one. Oh boy. So this is a serum sunscreen. It's kind of nice during winter. The color, not the shine. Shine is very shiny. You can really feel it. Then we're going to take Very shiny, very shiny. A little bit of this Jones Road in pinky bronze. Doesn't give too much color, but just want to see. We're looking at very, very shiny. You can see this isn't matte. It is a semi-matte. This is where the Tower 28 is. In terms of soft matte finish, overall finish, I gave it a 5 out of 5. And then for the wear test, this is supposed to be sweat proof, humidity proof, buildable 12-hour wear. Overall, for the wear test for me, this held on very nicely. A little bit of glow came out by the end of the day. The T-zone, however, did not look oily. It really kept things looking semi-matte for a very long time. I do 8-hour wear tests normally, and it did a decent job. The amount, like I can still feel that balm, that's sticky. That will transfer still. I don't care what I do here. But that was actually pretty impressive. And it really gives sort of a muted glow. If it's not going to give blurring, it gives a muted glow. That is the thing that I probably like the most about this, is that airbrush effect that you get. It's again not the strongest at pore blurring, but it gives everything a better set. It really does exactly what it's supposed to be doing. And this was the craziest, stickiest, and it's really gone down quite a bit. So it makes things wearable in a lot of ways where they might not have. I feel like the tides are turning to more matte products. You can still get use out of your shiny, dewy products. And who cares about the trends? If you like wearing moisturizing things, you can still use them and not have them be shiny, because by the end of the day, they start to look super ruddy. The wear test was a 4 out of 5. Now I'm going to show you one of my favorite combos and tell you the total score here. 17 out of 20. Not a bad score at all. I think it performed better than I expected. Why I expected it to not perform, I really couldn't tell you. Honestly, that's just me being weird. Overall, I think it did a really good job. I'm just really bummed about the silicones. If those weren't in there, this would be more of a contender for me. And my final verdict question is, would I buy it again if they removed silicones and polymers? Because I think they're just going to break me out. But I'm not sure. I'll keep trying it and see if that's this product or something else. I have tried it for weeks and not seen that until today. So I wanted to record while I was seeing that so you could see it. This is the combination RMS powder. I am going to try their new one very soon, their loose powder. This is the setting powder in translucent, and if it's in the middle of the day or even at the start of the day, I would dust it. But I love packing this onto a triangle poof and I just press. Now this is going to give more of a matte look. That stuff is impressive. It's also why I love a loose powder, and something that I love to do, which you've probably seen on social media at this point, but if you have fine lines on your forehead or whatever, and your oil is showing up by the end of the day, just take this, press, press, little press, 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 and they just sort of vanish. They really do. Deep grooves, it won't work. Fine lines, it will work. So you can see, you get life and glow on this side. On the other side, you're gonna have mattifying for a very long time. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. And of course, if you mattify and you want more of a glow, take a balm. Does not have to be the Miracle Balm. It can be anything really, but you just kind of press it on top to get that glow going again. And you have it. It's gonna be still less than the other side. I think at the end of the day, if it had better ingredients for my skin, it might be perfect for you, then I would repurchase. I think it's a really cool product. The PCR is a step in the right direction. I just don't like the plastic either. So it has two very subjective strikes against them from me. I can understand why people absolutely go gaga for this stuff. It's nice to be getting back into powders, because powders are like really great workhorses that can help with everything we apply. The other thing I do want to mention, for those of you that stuck around, you get to see like little bonus content at the end. So sometimes what I'll do with a concealer, I like to use powders to set under the eye. This one I wasn't loving as much for that. I would use it with a triangle. It was okay. I think the loose powder set a little bit better than this, but because of the slide and the give, it worked. It just wasn't my favorite way to use it. I really like this on top of a glowy product to make it last, to dim the shine, but to also keep my skin looking like there's a glow without getting ruddy by the end of the day. Hope you found this helpful as you are shopping for pressed powders, setting powders, and things like that. If you did, don't forget to take 2 seconds, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. I have alternate products that I would recommend instead of this. They're all listed back on the scorecard if you want to look at those. Or you can head over to my favorites in one of two ways. You can see all my Britt's picks back on the site. Out of the thousands that I've tried, those are the ones that I've bought again and again. Or you can check out this playlist, which is filled with favorites past and present. So I will be back with more reviews soon. Bye.